Hello everyone, welcome to H&S Automotive, and thank you for taking an interest in this 2010 Mazda 3. So in this video we'll be doing a quick walkthrough of this vehicle. I'll point out any imperfections the vehicle has, and then we'll also go over some of the major features and functions of this vehicle. Now before we get started, we would like to point out that we purchased a vehicle from an insurance company. This vehicle actually has a rebuild title, and that is due to hail dents. So I'm not sure if the camera is going to be picking it up, but as you can see there are a few dents on the hood. Ranging all over the place. They're not horrible, but you can definitely notice them if you look for them. Now, that is the reason this vehicle has a rebuild title. This vehicle has never been involved, or actually, there's been no accident reported on this vehicle or anything like that. It's because of the hail dents on this vehicle that this has a rebuild title. Now, this is a one-owner vehicle, and unfortunately, that owner got stuck in a hailstorm, which caused all these hail dents. So this is a 2010 Mazda 3 with, I believe, 90,000 miles on the odometer. So fairly lower miles, but because of the rebuild title, the vehicle is priced pretty competitively. All right, so with that out of the way, we'll get started with our video walkthrough. At first, I'll just kind of walk around the vehicle, give you guys a general overview, and then after that, we will dive in a little bit deeper. So here we are on the driver's side of the vehicle. And here we are coming around towards the rear. And then here we are on the passenger side. All right, so from here we'll take a closer look at the front bumper cover. Once again, I'm looking for any dents or scratches or anything like that that you might see. There's no dents or scratches, however, I believe this is faded because of the sun a little bit. So as you can see, the paint on the bumper cover is a little bit faded on the surfaces that are, directly in contact with the sun. So a little fading of the paint over here. And on the hood, like I pointed out earlier, we do have a few hail dents, but other than that, there's no real other damage. As you can see, panel gaps are nice and even. Checking out the headlights. Headlights are fairly clear. A little bit hazy, but nothing too bad. Checking out the grille. Grille is nice and intact. No issues there. Right, and then moving on to the driver's side fender. Once again, I'm looking for any imperfections. There is a small little hail dent right over here, but other than that, this fender is clean. This paint is actually in very good condition. Now on the driver's side, we do have a different style rim. Not sure what happened to the original rim, but this is how we got it. It's not a bad looking rim, but it is different than the rest of them. All right, moving on. Right here, you can see the brake rotor on the front. The rotors seem to have been replaced right before this person got into a hailstorm. So the brakes have been replaced. Plenty of pad. Pad is about 90% left. Brand new rotors in the front. And then I believe newer rotors in the back as well. Newer, but not as new as the front ones. So rotors in the back are also in good condition. And then the same goes for the pads as well. But the front pads and rotors have been replaced by the previous owner, it seems like not too long ago. All right, and then same goes for the tires as well. So like 90% tread left on the tires, and that's all the way around. So tires and brakes, very good condition. And then moving on, checking out the rest of the body. So right over here we've got the driver's door. There's no hail dents on here that I can see, no dents or scratches either. So driver's door is in very good condition. The driver's rear is a little bit of a different story. We do have a little bit of a damage over here. I'm not sure what this hit, but there is a little bit of damage on the rear door. Nothing horrible, but as you guys can see, the camera is picking it up, but so there is a little bit of damage there. Rust-wise, this vehicle is actually very clean. Hardly any rust on this vehicle. The rocker panels are nice and solid, so overall, this is a very, very good decently conditioned vehicle other than the hail dents. Moving on, so quarter panel is also in very good condition. Like I said, there's no rust. Moving on to the rear, checking out the rear bumper cover. Now, same as you saw on the front bumper cover on the plastics that are facing the sun, you do have some paint fading, and then this rear bumper is no different. So faded paint on the rear bumper, but other than that, there's no damage on the rear bumper. So this person hasn't bumped any cars or anything like that. So rear bumper's fairly clean. Checking out the trunk lid. Now, since this was in a hailstorm, I'm sure there's a few dents. Having a hard time finding them on the trunk lid. There's like 3 over here, but other than that, trunk lid seems to be in fairly decent condition, so not as bad as the hood. So all right, and then right over here we got the rear window. Now the rear window is tinted, but as you guys can see, it is bubbling up, so the tint is not in very good condition on this vehicle, but we did just kind of leave it alone. If the owner wants to take it off, you're more than welcome to. And the rear rocker, the rear quarter panel on the passenger side is also very clean. I don't see any hail dents or anything like that. Paint, like I said, is in very good condition. And tires, 90% left on all 4 tires, so very good condition there. And then checking out the passenger side doors, both of them in very good condition. I don't see any hail dents or anything like that. I guess there is a little bit of a dent right over here. Camera's barely picking it up, so dent right over there, but I mean, for 2010, most of this stuff is to be expected. And then on the passenger side, fender, also very clean, no issues there. And then, like I stated earlier, new pads and rotors in the front. All right, so moving on, checking out the interior of the vehicle. So before we get started, we got power windows, power door locks, and then power mirrors. So everything is pretty much power in this vehicle. And then climbing into the interior, go ahead and start this vehicle up. All right, so checking out the instrument cluster, as you guys can see, this vehicle has 90,801 miles on the odometer. Engine runs nice and smooth. There's no check engine light or transmission light or anything like that, so all smooth there. We do have a tire pressure monitoring light, but that's just a bad sensor. None of the tires are losing any air. They stay inflated, so no issues with the tire, just a bad sensor. All right, now just kind of zooming out, checking out the steering wheel. We do have some steering wheel mounted controls. On the right side of the steering wheel, we have the cruise control for the vehicle. To turn it on or off is just these 2 buttons right over here. Then to accelerate or decelerate, just this little toggle switch right over here. I'll just kind of zoom. All right, now that we're zoomed out, we can see the steering wheel. And then on the left side of the steering wheel, we have the audio controls. You can increase or decrease your volume right from the steering wheel. And then to flip through tracks is just this button right over here. And then to answer or disconnect your phone can just be done from the steering wheel as well. And then right behind the steering wheel, we have our typical turn signal stalk, which doubles as headlight operation. I'll just kind of leave those on for now. And then on the other side, we have our wiper controls. All right, and then right over here, we got the clock. And then once you turn the audio system on, it kind of displays what you're listening to there. And then the rest of the dashboard is pretty clean. Now, this vehicle does seem to have come from the south, judging from the, well, first of all, no rust on this vehicle. And then second of all, the paint fading on the front and rear plastics is a dead giveaway that this vehicle was from the south. And then further evidence is that these dashboards get really sticky from the vehicles that were from the south. So, and this vehicle is suffering from that. So we do have a sticky dashboard right there. But no rust on the vehicle. However, you do have some sun damage. So kind of got to pick your poison there. Checking out the audio system, we do have AM, FM, CD, satellite radio, and then aux connectivity as well. And like I stated earlier, you can connect your phone to this vehicle so you can listen to the music on your Bluetooth. And then the volume controls right here to tune through the radio stations, just right over here. And then the rest of the audio system is pretty self-explanatory. And then right beneath the audio controls, we have the climate controls for this vehicle. We got the fan controls right in the middle, the vent controls on the left side, and then the temperature controls on the right. So very easy to follow there. And then we have a little storage cubby beneath the climate controls, and then we do have a 5-speed automatic transmission on this vehicle with the option to shift manually as well. I'll go ahead and put that back into park. And then right over here, we got the cup holders, and then found my gloves. So cup holders over here, and then the e-brake right over here. And then beneath the armrest, we do have some extra storage, and the aux connectivity is just right in there as well. All right, so just kind of giving you a overview of the interior. All right, so from here we will climb into the rear seating area. Alrighty guys, so checking out the rear seating area, kind of climb inside, and then this is our view from the rear. Plenty of space back here, not cramped at all. And then we do have this little armrest, which also flips out of the way to open up another seating area. But if you just leave it open, you get your armrest and then some cup holders as well. Alrighty. So as you guys can tell, this vehicle is currently running. But from here, we will take a closer look at the engine compartment. Alrighty guys, so as you can see, we are in the engine compartment for this vehicle. So from here, I'll just kind of be quiet for a second, let you guys take a listen. As you guys can tell, nice and smooth running engine, no odd noises or vibrations. We have a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine made it to a 5-speed automatic transmission. Very reliable drivetrain. All right, so from here we will take a look at the undercarriage. Alrighty guys, so as you can see, we've got this Mazda 3 on the left. So from here we will check out the undercarriage. I'll start from the front, work my way towards the back. I'll start with the front passenger side suspension. So as you guys can see, everything is properly mounted and secured. No issues. There's no rattles or anything like that going over bumps or anything. So suspension is nice and properly mounted and secured. And then same goes for the driver's side as well. There's no odd noises or anything like that when you go over bumps. Sway bars are nice and tight, and same goes for the control arms. And then taking a look at the so right over here we got the engine, and then right over here we got the transmission. So as you can see, nice and dry, absolutely zero oil leaks on this vehicle, so very nice to see. And then right over here we've got the front subframe. There's no corrosion issues or anything like that. What you guys are seeing here is just surface rust. And then there's no, I can't poke my hand through it or anything like that. So subframe is nice and safe. Taking a look at the rocker panels. Rocker panels are nice and clean as well. There's no corrosion issues, so still nice and solid. Same goes for the rear as well. And then right over here, as you guys can see, the vehicle still does have its factory coating on it, so good for plenty more miles. And then same goes for the passenger side, rocker panels as well. Front and rear are nice and solid. You can lift the vehicle up from them. So no corrosion issues or anything like that. So right over here, we've got the brake lines running towards the rear, and then the fuel lines right over here. As you guys can see, still got the factory coating on it. It's not, there's no corrosion issues or anything like that. Nice and clean. Got the exhaust running right above my head. Right down the middle of the car, we have all the exhaust shields in place. So it's very good to see. And then we'll just kind of move on back towards the rear suspension. Take a look over here. Got a rear subframe. And then the shocks right over there, it's not leaking. Same goes for the driver's side as well. Shocks are nice and clean, not leaking or anything like that. And then the springs on both sides are properly mounted and secured, not cracked or torn or anything like that. And then right over here we got our muffler coming out to a single exhaust pipe right there. All right, and then right over here you guys can see much better view of the tires. As you guys can tell, plenty of tread left for many more miles to come. I'll just kind of work my way back towards the front, taking a look at the driver's side and passenger side. All right. Alrighty guys, so that was the undercarriage portion of this vehicle. If you guys have any other questions or concerns, please feel free to ask, and we'll be happy to get those answered for you. Thank you very much, and have a good day. Bye-bye.